You are not waiting for another chance. The moment is already here. July 19 is not just a date, it's a threshold. You either cross it prepared or stay behind in regret. Life does not wait. The mountains do not pause. The sun does not ask if you are ready to rise. Time keeps moving, and so must you. If you have been distracted, unfocused, or giving your energy to what does not grow you, then understand this. July 19 will not feel like just another day. It will be a mirror, and it will show you who you are and what you have failed to become. You have heard the whispers, the signs, the strange pull inside your chest that something is coming, something unseen but very real. It is not fear, it is responsibility. You were not born to be ordinary. You were born to master yourself. And that mastery begins now, not on the 19th, before it. Because once the storm arrives, it's too late to build the shelter. You need to be prepared before. If you are still making excuses, still clinging to comfort, still asking for permission to grow, then you are not ready. But you can be. The world around you won't change until the world within you shifts. This is the truth many run from. But July 19 doesn't care about your delay. It cares only for one thing. Are you ready to meet your next version? To let go of the parts of you that no longer serve. Because growth is not about adding more. It is about shedding what is false. It is about discipline, not motivation. Structure, not feelings. Action, not endless thinking. You do not need more time. You need more courage. Courage to sit with yourself. Courage to ask what truly matters. Courage to say enough. Enough wasting time. Enough blaming others. Enough hiding from the fire that was meant to shape you. The preparation is not external. It's not about things, titles, or applause. It's about being quiet inside. Focused, centered, sharper than ever. Because on July 19, the distractions will test you. The noise will try to pull you back, but the prepared one stands still. The prepared one walks through the chaos without being touched by it. You were not chosen to live like everyone else. And deep down, you know this. That is why ordinary things never satisfy you. That is why small talk drains you. That is why you feel the pressure to grow even when it hurts. That pressure is the signal. It means the time has come. Before July 19, you must return to yourself. No more delays. Clean your thoughts. Guard your energy. Sharpen your routines. Sleep with intention. Wake up like it matters. Train your body. Train your breath. Train your focus. So, because untrained focus is your enemy, it takes you away from your path. And it doesn't allow weakness anymore. You can lie to others, but you cannot lie to the mirror. On July 19, the mirror will speak, and it will not use words. It will show you everything. If you are ready, you will walk with strength. If you are not, the pain will wake you up. But why wait for pain when you can rise through awareness? So why wait to be pushed when you can lead yourself? The choice is always yours, and the clock does not pause for confusion. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply called, and the calling comes louder when the date approaches. Use these days with precision. Say no more often. Say yes to what brings clarity. Do not follow trends. Follow your truth. The chosen ones are not perfect. They are just disciplined. They are ready to do what is hard because they are no longer available for what is easy. Remember, July 19 is not your deadline. It is your awakening. But only if you prepare now. The old version of you cannot come with you. Let it go. Mourn it if you have to, but do not carry it further. You are not here to survive. You are here to evolve. And evolution requires sacrifice. Comfort must go. Laziness must go. Doubt must go. What remains is strength, focus, purpose. When the storm comes, you will not panic. So, because storms only destroy what is unrooted. If you have built yourself with discipline, the storm will pass and you will still stand. But if you wait, if you hesitate, if you assume there is more time, you will be caught unprepared. And that is a pain no one can protect you from. So ask yourself, who do I need to become before July 19? Answer that and then become it. No more delay, no more waiting for permission. The gate is open, but not for long. Walk through it, or be left wondering what could have happened if you had. There is a moment in life when silence becomes louder than noise. That moment is now. July 19 is not just another day, it's the final breath before a shift. Many think they have time. Many still wait, but those who truly understand know that time doesn't ask who is ready, it moves forward, and you either rise with it or stay buried under your own delay. The question is simple. What are you still holding on to that will destroy your future? You cannot bring your old habits into a new reality. You cannot step into power while dragging fear. Before July 19, this has to stop. The excuses, the blame, the stories, all of it. If you don't release them now, they will become the weight that breaks you. Life will demand a stronger version of you. And if you are still attached to the weaker version, you will suffer. Not because life is cruel, but because you refuse to evolve when it was time. July 19 is a test, not from the outside, but from within. You already know what needs to go. That conversation you keep avoiding, that habit you keep defending, that comfort zone you keep running back to. All of it must go. This is not punishment. This is alignment. The future is calling, and it's calling for the real you, not the version you pretend to be, not the mask you wear for others, but the one who is raw, honest, awake, and ready. Look around. Everything is speeding up. The world isn't slowing down. It's getting louder, faster, more unstable. You can't move through this with softness. You need clarity. You need edge. You need fire in your soul. This is not the time to be passive, not the time to overthink, not the time to seek approval. July 19 demands action. It demands truth. And most of all, it demands that you finally stop being at war with yourself. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to knock on your door and say, it's time now. That voice must come from within. You must be the one who gets up, who faces the resistance, who chooses growth over comfort, who sacrifices temporary pleasure for permanent strength. This is the real work. This is what must happen before July 19. Because once that day arrives, it won't be about what you wanted to do. It will only be about what you did, what you prepared for, what you became. Growth does not come when you feel like it. Growth comes when you're tired, when you're doubtful, and when you don't want to do the work, and you do it anyway. That's who you need to be now. The version of you that doesn't wait for motivation. The one who moves with purpose. The one who respects time because you understand that July 19 is not waiting for anyone. Either you're ready or you're not. And if you're not, life will show you. It will bring the lesson again and again until you choose to learn. But why wait for the hard lesson when you can rise in awareness now? So why wait to be forced to change when you can choose to become better on your own? That is the difference between those who grow and those who break. Choice. You still have it, but not for long. Look inside. Be honest. Where are you still weak? Where are you still lying to yourself? What conversations have you avoided? What discipline have you ignored? This is not the time to escape these questions. This is the time to answer them with action. Let your life speak for you. Let your preparation show your intention. July 19 is not about fear. It's about facing yourself without running away. Let go of distraction. Let go of the need to be entertained. The most powerful person is not the loudest in the room, but the one who is grounded, present, unshaken. And that presence is not given. It is built brick by brick, day by day, in the quiet moments when no one is watching. Are you building that version of yourself right now? If not, why? And if not now, then when every day until July 19 is a gift, a final window to sharpen yourself, your body, your breath, your discipline, your decisions, they all matter now. This is not about being perfect. This is about being prepared. When life shifts, you don't want to still be thinking. You want to be moving, clear, calm, unstoppable. You have what it takes. But potential is useless without action. Intention means nothing without commitment. You can talk about change or you can be the change. But you can't do both. Make a decision. Be ruthless with your excuses. Be kind with your time. Be honest about what must be done and then do it. This is your moment. July 19 will come whether you are ready or not. It is better to meet that day with power than regret. Better to walk into it with strength than confusion. Better to rise now than to explain later why you didn't. So get ready. Cut the noise. Focus your mind. Ground your breath. Move like you're being watched by your future self, because you are. And they are waiting on one thing, that you finally become who you were always meant to be. There are moments in life when the inner voice becomes louder than everything outside. And if you're quiet enough, you will hear it clearly now. July 19 is approaching, and with it comes a shift, not outside, but inside. A shift in energy, a shift in clarity, a shift in responsibility. You don't need to wait for something dramatic to happen in the world. The shift already began the moment you felt this urgency deep in your chest. That's not anxiety. That's your deeper self calling you to rise. You already know what needs to change. It's not a mystery. It's not a question. You know the habits that drain you. You know the patterns that keep you stuck. You know where you're lazy, where you delay, where you lie to yourself. So now there's no need for more thinking. No need for more planning. Now is the time for action. July 19 will not adjust itself to your comfort level. It will come with full force, and only those who are disciplined inside will stand grounded while everything else shakes. So most people will feel the pressure and run. They will escape into distraction. They will look for comfort, noise, validation. But not you. Not if you are truly serious about this path. You don't have the luxury to waste these days. You don't have the time to keep explaining your pain instead of healing it. Everything you refuse to deal with will rise around the 19th like a wave. And if you're not ready, it will break you. This is why the work must be done now, in silence, in discipline, without applause, without recognition. Because the reward is not outside, it's the version of you that is born through the effort, the version that doesn't flinch under pressure, the version that doesn't need motivation because it runs on purpose, the version that wakes up early, trains without excuse, speaks with clarity, and acts with certainty. That version of you must be built before July 19, not later. There's a reason why you're hearing this message. You are not here to live like everyone else. You were not built for average. And deep down, you already feel it. That's why the idea of staying stuck eats away at your peace. That's why the thought of wasting time feels heavier now. You know too much to back. You've seen too much to pretend. Now you must move forward, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. There will be resistance, of course. The old self doesn't die quietly. It will scream. It will distract. It will try to convince you to slow down, to take it easy, to wait for the perfect moment. But understand this, July 19 will not wait for your perfection. It will only honor your preparation. If you have been doing the inner work, it will open doors. If you've been hiding from yourself, it will expose everything. You decide which version of that day you meet. Discipline is your weapon now, not excitement, not feeling good. Discipline, doing the uncomfortable things again and again until they become natural, not for praise, but because your future depends on it. You can't afford to carry weakness anymore. You can't afford to carry the same excuses. You've already seen what delay costs. You've already tasted what comfort steals. Now it's time to choose a different standard for your life. Start with your breath, start with your body, start with your mind, clean everything, simplify everything. Let go of anything that clouds your focus. You don't need more. You need less distraction, less self-pity, less complaining, and more stillness, more structure, more fire. Every day before July 19 is a chance to sharpen the blade, not for others, but for you. You will not rise if you are still giving attention to what drains you. You cannot build strength while feeding weakness. Choose wisely. Your circle, your routines, your food, your thoughts, everything must align with who you want to be, not who you've been. The old version has to go. You can't bring it with you into the next chapter. let it fall. Don't just prepare like something might happen. Prepare like something already has, because in truth, it has. The world has changed. The energy has shifted. You either meet it with power or be crushed under its weight. The storm isn't coming, it's already here. But you don't fear storms when your roots are deep, so dig in, build the discipline, practice the stillness, master your reactions, and most importantly, stop waiting. The waiting has to end. You've waited long enough. You've thought about it long enough. Now it's about who you become between this moment and July 19. That is the test. That is the path. That is the preparation. When the day arrives, don't look back with regret. Don't wish you had started earlier. Start now. Move now. Decide now, because you are not here to just survive. You are here to rise. And that rise begins before the world sees it. It begins now in silence, in effort, in fire. July 19 is not a warning. It's an invitation. Become the one who is ready to answer it. You already know something is coming. You don't need the news to confirm it. You can feel it in your body. You can feel it when you wake up and everything feels heavier than usual. That weight is not random. It's preparation. July 19 is not just a date. It's a threshold. And you cannot cross that threshold with the same thinking that kept you stagnant. The pressure you feel right now is not against you. It is the signal that you must evolve quickly, deeply, permanently. Stop expecting change to feel comfortable. Stop waiting for growth to be easy. That's not how this works. You don't become unshakable by choosing comfort. You become it by walking into discomfort with full awareness and presence. July 19 will not offer you safety. It will demand strength. It will reveal who you've been and who you've chosen not to become. If you are still avoiding responsibility, still feeding distractions, still escaping your inner work, then understand this. July 19 will not go easy on you. You do not need more signs. You do not need more time. What you need is honesty, brutal honesty with yourself. Where are you still weak? What patterns are you still protecting? What fears are still running your life? These questions must be faced before July 19, because that day will ask for your answer, not in words, but in the results of your preparation. This is the time for truth. You either step into it or continue to lie to yourself. But remember, self-deception is the slowest poison. It won't destroy you overnight. It will kill your potential one day at a time. And then when something like July 19 arrives, you won't be ready. Not because life was unfair, but because you were unprepared. Every single day between now and July 19 is an opportunity to refine, to rebuild, to reconnect with the version of you that's been buried under distraction, excuses, and fear. You can't move forward while holding on to the past. You must choose, evolve or repeat. That's the decision. And the world is not waiting. Right now, many are asleep. They are numbed by entertainment, comfort, and the illusion that there is still time. But you're not like them. You've already heard the inner voice, the one that says, enough delay, enough pretending, enough waiting for life to make the first move. This is not the time to be passive. This is the time to be precise. Your routine, your habits, your mindset, this is your preparation. It's not just about doing more. It's about doing what matters. What sharpens you? What breaks the cycle of weakness? What builds the foundation so strong that nothing on July 19 can shake it? But you must build that now, not later, not when it feels right. Now, ask yourself, who do you want to be when the world starts testing everyone's character? Who do you want to be when the comfort collapses and pressure becomes constant? The person who breaks or the person who leads? That choice is being made today in the way you breathe, in the way you speak, in the way you move through each hour. So July 19 will only reveal what you've already become. Don't wait for the world to give you permission to grow. Don't look for outside validation. The ones who are truly ready don't speak much. They prepare quietly, relentlessly. They are not seeking attention. They are building themselves from the inside out. This is how strength is made. And This is what July 19 will demand. So now the question becomes, are you willing to let go of what is no longer useful? Your comfort, your delay, your distractions, your excuses, because you cannot bring those into the next version of your life. They won't survive the fire. And if you keep holding on to them, neither will you. This is not a punishment. It is a cleansing. And you can fight it or you can surrender to the process of transformation. But either way, the date is coming. July 19 doesn't care how much you know. It only cares how much you've as applied. It's not about theories. It's about discipline. It's about truth. It's about shedding the layers of weakness and finally owning the strength that's been waiting inside you. Prepare your body. Prepare your mind. Prepare your energy. Don't just hope for peace. Train for it. Don't just ask for clarity. Create it. This is the difference between those who survive and those who lead, between those who suffer through change and then those who rise because of it. You have everything you need, but you must act like it. The window is closing. The pressure will rise, and the only ones who will walk through July 19 with calm and strength are those who took this time seriously. You don't get to avoid the process and expect the reward. You don't get to delay your work and still receive the results. Life is too precise for that. So step in, strip away the nonsense, face yourself with courage. This is the path. The July 19 is not just another moment. It is of the moment. Be ready. Some moments in life don't repeat. July 19 is one of them. It's not just a day. It's a deadline for the old version of you. You either leave it behind or you could carry it into the next chapter and suffer for it. Nothing is more painful than dragging what no longer belongs in your life. Whether it's a habit, a relationship, a mindset, or a belief, if it weakens you, it must be released. And the release must happen before July 19, not after. After is too late. Many think time will heal everything. It won't. Time only repeats what you refuse to change. If you are not disciplined now, you will not become disciplined on July 19. If you are not honest with yourself now, the truth will strike you harder on that day. And if you are still running from your work, your inner silence, your discomfort, then life will remind you that you cannot escape the lessons forever. This is not about fear. This is about facing what is necessary. Growth does not wait. Evolution does not wait. There is a call now, and only those who are awake will hear it. Before July 19, you must separate yourself from what lowers your standard. Your time, your focus, your energy, these are your tools. Misuse them and you'll miss the transformation that is being offered right now. So you have to clean your environment, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Who you listen to matters. What you consume matters. Every thought you tolerate, every emotion you feed, every excuse you defend, these things either prepare you or break you. You cannot bring poison into your progress and expect peace, and you cannot keep watering dead things and hope they grow. The time has come to cut the noise, cut the comfort, cut the cycles that keep you looping in the same lessons. There is something new waiting, but you cannot reach it if your hands are full of what no longer serves. If you're serious about rising, then you must become ruthless with your choices. This is the kind of preparation that July 19 demands. There is no more space for halfway living. You can't be disciplined only when it's convenient. You can't meditate only when you feel calm. You can't train your body only when you're motivated. That's not strength. That's dependency. And dependency is weakness. Real growth happens when you move even when nothing feels right, when you act without emotion, when you build even when no one sees it, because you know July 19 is coming and you refuse to meet it unprepared. Every decision you make now either takes you closer to mastery or deeper into mediocrity. There's no neutral anymore. You felt it. The energy is shifting. The pressure is increasing. And the world will not slow down for you to catch up. You must accelerate from within. You must meet the rising tide with higher focus, deeper stillness, sharper movement. Anything less, and you'll drown in the weight of your own delay. You have to stop lying to yourself. The tomorrow you keep talking about is an illusion. The later you promise yourself is a trap. There is no more time to carry the audio, no more time to keep delaying what must be done, no more time to stay in environments that weaken you, no more time to stay silent when your soul is asking you to speak. The clock is moving, and every breath is a step closer to July 19. Don't expect anyone to understand your path. This is not about being understood. This is about being clear. And clarity doesn't require permission. If people don't understand your need for solitude, your commitment to routine, your rejection of distraction, let them go. You are not here to fit in. You are here to rise. And rising often means standing alone. Prepare your spirit, prepare your body, prepare your home, clean your space, sharpen your tools, align your intentions. Don't ask for what you're not ready to hold. Because when July 19 comes, life will deliver exactly what you've built space for. If you've prepared in truth, you will receive in power. But if you've stayed scattered, distracted, inconsistent, then the weight of that day will break your illusion. You are being given a choice. Right now, step forward or stay behind. Speak the truth or live the lie. Evolve or repeat. You don't need a sign, you need discipline. So you don't need another reason. You need responsibility. You don't need another plan. You need action. This is the final phase before the gate closes. Once July 19 passes, the path changes. What was once available may no longer be. The shift will happen with or without you. The question is, will you be aligned with it or left behind by it? The answer is not out there. It's in how you wake up tomorrow. It's in how you use your time today. It's in what you stop tolerating. This is your preparation. This is your warning. This is your moment. July 19 is not waiting. Decide now. Move now. Become now. Every once in a while, life sends a moment that cuts through all noise. July 19 is that moment. A point in time where nothing external matters more than what's happening within you. This is not about the world. This is about you. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you move. This is the time to correct your course, or you'll drift so far off you won't even recognize yourself anymore. And once that line is crossed, you don't get to rewind. You only get to live with the version of yourself you decided to become or refuse to become. The most dangerous thing right now is not chaos around you. It's the silence inside you that you've been avoiding. That silence holds the truth, but you drown it out with distractions, with comfort, with delay. That's where the real threat is, not outside. But in the life you've convinced yourself you can keep living. But deep down, you already know it's not sustainable. And that's why July 19 feels heavy, because that date is not a calendar event. It's a mirror, and it will reflect everything you've done or failed to do. You think the consequences will show up later. They won't. They're already here. Lack of discipline, the lack of clarity, the emotional instability. These are the signals. But you keep ignoring them because it's easier to lie to yourself than to change yourself. You keep saying you'll start soon. So that soon has to be now. July 19 will not give you a second chance. It will test what you've become, not what you've promised, not what you plan to do, stop pretending you have more time. That illusion is the reason you're stuck. You want the results of a warrior, but you're still thinking like a victim. You want peace, but you haven't built the mental structure to protect it. You want clarity, but you fill your day with noise. You want discipline, but you live by impulse. You cannot continue like this and expect change. Change does not happen by wanting. It happens by removing what prevents it. And right now, what's preventing it is you, not the people around you, not your job, not your past, just you. Your habits, your excuses, your comfort zone, and all of that must be removed before July 19. That's not a threat, that's a fact. Because the version of life you truly want can only exist once the version of you that keeps blocking it is gone. So let go of the fantasy that you can balance growth with stagnation. You can't. Growth demands full commitment. You cannot train halfway. You cannot heal halfway. You cannot build a new self while entertaining the habits of the old one. You must choose. And July 19 is the line. Day doesn't care how much you've read, how much you know, how much you believe. It will look at how much you've acted, how much you've sacrificed, how much you've transformed. This isn't about intensity. It's about consistency. So it's about doing the right things every day, especially when no one is watching, especially when you don't feel like it. July 19 will not test your motivation. It will test your discipline. And if that discipline hasn't been built, the pressure will expose every crack in your mindset. You don't need to be perfect, but you need to be real, honest, precise. Every day between now and July 19 is a choice. Stay the same or become someone new. The window is small, the work is hard, but the result is everything. You get to walk through that date stronger, clearer, more rooted, or you get to collapse under the weight of your own avoidance. Either way, the date is coming. No more confusion, no more guessing. The answers are already inside you. You've just been too distracted to hear them. Sit with yourself. Get quiet. Get focused. So you'll know exactly what needs to be done. And once you see it, do not wait. Move. Cut what must be cut. Build what must be built. Honor what must be honored. July 19 is not about fear. It's about awakening. But awakening only happens when you stop pretending, when you stop delaying, when you stop numbing yourself and start facing your life fully. That kind of presence, that kind of clarity, that's what will carry you through the storm. Others will panic. They always do. They waited too long. They ignored the signals. They thought change was optional. But you know better. You felt the shift. You know this is the time. You know something must be done now. This is your moment to act like. So wake up, stand up, train your body like it matters, train your breath like it's your anchor, train your mind like it holds your future, because it does. Everything you do now is writing the story of July 19. Make sure it's a story worth remembering, one of strength, of power, of deep inner transformation. The weak version of you has already served its time. Now let it go. Don't mourn it. Replace it. Outgrow it. This is how the chosen one is formed, not by talk, not by hope, but by fire. And the fire is here. July 19 will decide if you've risen from it or burned in it. The choice is yours. But the time is almost gone.